Hello and welcome to our TTI Supplier Spotlight on Industrial Ethernet. My name is John Islam, Supplier Development Manager at TTI, and I'll be chairing this particular session today. With the Ethernet protocol reaching its 50-year anniversary, new leading edge technologies have appeared like single pair Ethernet, which is commonly abbreviated to SPE. SPE plays a major role, will play a major role in Industrial 4.0 and in industrial IIoT applications. Joining me on the panel is Matthias von Witter, Vice President Industrial at Molex, Darren Cook, Director Global Business Development at Molex, and Marcus Lorenz, Industry Marketing Director at TTI. Thank you for joining.
Happy to be here.
You're welcome.
So over to you, Matthias. In terms of how you see the evolution of 50 years of Ethernet in the marketplace, what are the specific applications, or what is the Molex perspective on that?
Right. Well, you certainly got that right in your introduction, John. I mean, Ethernet came a long way since it was developed back in the 70s by Xerox, really for office and computer network requirements. Right, and today we're talking about very different technology in terms of, we're talking about multi-gigabit networks. Ethernet standards that support that and have continuously evolved to meet the ever increasing demands for high-speed data exchange. And single pair Ethernet, I think, is an excellent example of the development of standards and technologies to fundamentally support the industrial communications requirements over the coming years.
Thank you, Matthias, for that overview. And then moving on to Darren, how does SPE optimize the industrial Ethernet? What problems can it really help to overcome?
Yeah, so good question, John. Single pair Ethernet, or SPE, is a superior solution that addresses major pain points for industrial networks, such as power, bandwidth, and reach. Rather than using 2-pair or 4-pair cable, a single twisted pair does all the work to support 1 gigabit per second, as per IEEE standards, up to 40 meters. It also offers power over data line, or POODLE, up to 50 watts. And again, as per IEEE standards, 10 megabits per second can also be handled up to 1,000 meters. That's 10 times longer than standard industrial Ethernet. Going forward, Molex intends to develop 10 gigabits per second, again as per newly developed IEEE standards.
Wow, the performance bandwidth is endless. Marcus, your comments?
Thanks, John, for the opening question. Yes, Ethernet has been used in the industrial environment for many, many years and is growing rapidly. Compared to the other communication protocols, it offers several advantages. As Darren mentioned, high speed, but also high availability of standard cable and hardware devices. Ethernet is compatible with a wide range of devices. It's the most universally used communication protocol in the IT environment, but also in the building environment, and is also widely used more and more in the industrial applications. Single pair Ethernet offers all the advantages of Ethernet, including this high bandwidth and speed. SPE technology achieves a bandwidth up to 600 megahertz, can go up to gigabit Ethernet, and it's perfectly suited for all the applications where a lot of data is needed to be processed quickly in the industrial automation area.
Wow, exciting times. So that leads on to the next question to you, Matthias. Where do Molex see the implementation of SPE?
Yeah, I think this kind of goes back to the comments that were made by Marcus and Darren on the performance of single pair Ethernet combined with the form factor, the smaller form factor. Right, so miniaturization really plays an important role in incorporating new capabilities by physically minimizing the hardware and technologies so they can more easily fit into existing designs while delivering significant performance increases. The electronics associated with single pair Ethernet has been size optimized makes it easier to integrate SPE ports into tight spaces. Space is always tight, smaller is always better, typically in the hardware industry. And then, of course, there's reduced wire count, as mentioned by Darren, that helps us to drive system cost out of the solution by removing, some of the wire content. Single pair Ethernet supports power over data lines, which ultimately also helps to optimize hardware architectures, drives cost out. And further, drives a miniaturization of connectivity, which again, addresses the primary barriers today in putting sensors onto an Ethernet network.
So a miniature, cost-effective solution to the marketplace. Really interesting. Over to you, Darren, in terms of the applications, looking at the applications that are likely to adopt SPE.
Yeah, so modern manufacturing, already leveraging Industry 4.0 means more data, faster analysis, and embedded technologies such as machine learning and computer vision. Edge computing, running sophisticated software such as AI, performs first-level data processing. That digested data in the form of information results in digital intelligence. So to optimize the benefits of IIoT and the smart factory, a cost-effective and reliable method of connecting sensors and actuators from the field to the cloud is crucial. I guess when you look at the continuous and future-proof network philosophy that SPE offers, along with Molex's T1 industrial SPE connector and cable solutions, the infrastructure permits a barrier-free connection of equipment and sensors, actuators, and actually much more via end-to-end IP-based communications.
Thanks, Darren. Marcus, your thoughts?
Yeah, when you ask me about applications where SPE is likely to adapt, I immediately think on connecting sensors. Sensor to the cloud is one of the key frameworks in IIoT, in the factory automation. And that I see is a major play field for SPE. In the factory automation, but also if we look into the robotic world, SPE will play an important part in the future. Looking a little bit more specific into the robotic side, the future goes here more and more into the smaller robots, the collaborative robotic. But also don't forget all the service robots, which goes down really in the usage on our private houses. So size and weight is on these applications a major design criteria. And the smaller, lighter SPE cable solutions will provide much more flexibility in design and also in movement of robots we don't see today. Another preferred area I see will be real-time applications, like connecting cameras or vision systems, where the amount of data which needs to be processed is constantly increasing. This will be also a further enabler of the next technology, trend technology, which is going around all industry, the AI, artificial intelligence in industrial automation. But I think that's such a big topic, we can use them for one of our next TTI Supplier Spotlight rounds.
Thank you, Marcus. And it seems that we're moving into leading edge technology. It moves on to the next question for you, Matthias. What are the differences of SPE compared to traditional Ethernet protocols?
So IT technology in traditional manufacturing facilities is based on supervisory control and data acquisition. That's kind of the SCADA layer, where you have a physically connected industrial controller. Data from automated machines and equipment is pushed over proprietary networks to central servers, where then analytical software runs and reports and performance data is being generated. These technologies have limited bandwidth and may not take full advantage of the latest technology innovations that we have. And IP-based single-pair Ethernet allows you to directly connect sensors and actuators to the cloud at unprecedented data rates.
Wow, unlimited bandwidth opportunity. Thank you. Darren, so from the benefits of SPE compared to traditional Ethernet, what are your thoughts on that particular area?
Yeah, so I think it's safe to say that smart factories need the ability to collect data, move it from one area to another, and then process it. Industrial Ethernet architecture can be made up of RJ45 connectors, M8, M12, which can be an issue for some applications, especially connections to small sensors. Industrial Ethernet using Cat5e or Cat6 cable, along with standard networking hardware, also has limitations, that being the maximum space covered being 100 meters. Repeaters can be used, or an implementation can be run over fiber optic media, but that can be expensive and it can be difficult to repair and maintain. With Molex's T1 SPE cable assemblies, they're smaller, they're lighter, it's only one twisted pair, and with a gauge actually as small as 26 AWG for the SPE T1 IP20 applications, and 22 AWG for M12 T1 SPE applications, IP65, IP67.
Marcus, what's your comparison on the particular issue?
Yes, the trend of the networking infrastructure goes that all devices can communicate with one of each other, and this without any transfer or translation equipment in between. They will communicate with the existing Ethernet standard. Single-pair Ethernet will make it available to all levels in the manufacturing flow, means really going from the office down to the last sensor on the last machine in the manufacturing floor. So, and single-pair Ethernet will provide this on an overall cost deployment lower compared like a standard Ethernet or also a field bus solution. Copper and space is to mention savings further benefits of SPE. Copper in a cable translate directly into the total cost of the cabling, which means that single-pair Ethernet decreases the cost of all the installation of the cabling wiring in the factory massively. A second point is single-pair twisted cables only require a connector with two contacts, means also there is much less space needed on a printed circuit board, which can provide then a big benefit to the design of the device, but you can also use the space much more intense with more I/O blocks like a normal historical RJ45 in comparison.
Thank you, Marcus. A common standard through the factory floor. What a great advantage that could be for the market. Moving on, question for you, Matthias. Molex, how do Molex see the position of SPE against existing industrial network applications and networks in the market?
So, John, there are multiple iterations of industrial Ethernet that are being used in industrial environments. Legacy field bus systems, clearly, also continue to be used, which always creates many challenges in terms of skill sets needed, standardization, potential integration with multiple bus systems and multiple networks. Molex plays a key role in enabling Industry 4.0 with single-pair Ethernet, which has been developed really as part of a standards and with a very clear aim to help promote the growth of IIoT and Industry 4.0.
Wow, interesting developments there. So, Darren, question for you in terms of who are the likely adopters of SPE?
Yeah, that's a great question, John. I guess device manufacturers that are already considering potentially using SPE in next generation products are probably more likely to adopt smaller connectors, lighter cables, faster speeds, higher power over data line, and potentially even cost savings compared to traditional methods. Depending on the application and the demands of the environmental requirements, users also have the option of robust T1, SPE, IP20 connectors and cabling solutions, or for even tougher requirements, for the M12 T1 SPE cable and connector for IP65, IP67 applications. Features also include a wide operating temperature of minus 40 degrees C to plus 85 degrees C, and mating cycles up to 1,000 times. So it covers a wide application area.
Thank you, Darren. And Marcus, your thoughts on the early adopters?
No, that's really a big and important question, what we see from our customers when we are in discussion with them. So when I'm looking into this, I look a little bit in the typical factory flow, into the harsh environment, out of the cabinet solutions. This, from my point, will be an early adopter for SPE. From my point of view, specific, Darren's mentioned IP67 solutions will be ideal for connecting sensors, cameras, also IP67 switches. This will be really early adopters for this technology. First of all, the IP67 is built on a reliable, well-known M12 interface in the market. And secondly, the SPE M12 following only one common standard, the -7 standard, which is used from both consortium, which also helps the designer on their decision way. An additional driver for the IP67 solution is also the combination of data and power, up to 16 amp just in a small M12 format. So this can simplify the wiring significantly in the field, and it really provide a one cable solution. Talking about a one cable solution, SPE can really also play a role in motors and drive applications. Historically and today, a lot of them are connected with M17, M23 connectors, but also here there is a big downsizing on the motors, and so also smaller connectors are needed, and so SPE can also play here really a significant role in the future.
Thanks, Marcus. So we've covered the differences, the features and benefits, the early adopters. I want to move on to another question for you, Matthias, in terms of what other products or solutions can Molex offer for the smart factory application?
So Molex has a lot to offer, John. We've been active in the industrial space for more than 30 years. We have a deep experience in design, manufacturing, certification of industrial communication products. Products like our software development kits, for example, or our network interface cards, or our safety I/O modules that you can use in rugged environments. We even have capabilities to design safety devices up to safety integration level 3. And that goes together then with the connectivity products that we also have. So this coupled with, let's say, the broad capability, both on the scanner as well as on the adapter side, for example, for Ethernet IP and Profinet. We feel that we are really the enablers that help support designers in the industry with the next generation systems and solutions specific to their needs.
Very interesting. Sounds like a one-stop shop for Molex in terms of the development and growth in this particular market sector. Thank you, Matthias. Darren, and finally, I just want to discuss a little bit about what developments can we look forward to from Molex on smart factory IIoT applications and developments.
Yeah, so it's quite an exciting time, John, and with the fast adoption of Ethernet APL comprising of switches and power limiters, this is also creating an interesting ecosystem for the smart factory IIoT, but particularly for process automation industry. Ethernet APL is being considered as the superior alternative to 4 to 20 milliamp with HART protocol and fieldbus solutions. It's basically a process industry optimized version, which is also intrinsically safe. Both Ethernet APL and SPE are based on the formative IEEE standard, which covers 10 base T1L specification. So that fundamentally allows 10 megabits up to a distance of 1,000 meters, all through that small twisted pair cable.
Sounds like that development structure is already future-proofing the market need. Really interesting. And Marcus, from a TTI perspective, your thoughts?
Yeah, responsible for our vertical industrial market in Europe. I can say from the TTI perspective, we are very happy about the Molex industrial program, but also about the close partnership over so many years. Specifics, Matthias mentioned the software solutions, the NIC cards, this active IP67 I/O modules for Profinet and Ethernet IP, offering unique solutions within our industrial offering, which is really great. Besides the industrial focus, we should not forget the wide range on Molex on-the-board solutions. So Molex has a great history here on wire-to-wire, wire-to-board solutions, and a lot more, where also Molex is one really of the key leader in the market. Over our long period of partnership, we could also build up in TTI a very, very huge expertise on these products, which we underline also with a strong team of technical experts. In TTI, we call these experts our technical development manager, which is a team available across Europe to support our customers in any design work related on IP&E solutions for industrial or any electronic applications.
Thank you, Marcus. It's clear from today's discussion, single pair Ethernet will play a pivotal role in industrial networks connectivity as we move forward in the future. Molex and partnering with TTI aim to deliver the market need for those particular customers now, tomorrow, and in the future as well. So I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the panel, Matthias, Darren, and Marcus, for their valuable insights into this particular subject, and we look forward to the next forum where we can discuss future connectivity technologies of the future.